Sir, even in your introduction, you also sort of alluded to the fact that IIMB is one institution which started with very high hopes and promise, and then it went through a kind of a slide, and then sort of, over a period of time, it has recovered. So, if I look at your entire tenure between 74 and 87, when you formally resigned from the institute, it's almost a 13-year period. So now looking back, how do you look at this 13-year period? What sort of precipitated the downward slide, and what did the later events mean to you now? Now looking back.
See, this was something which is a very. I don't think it will be much in the records.
Okay.
It's more recollections and
yeah.
Being one of the earlier members of the, I came to know Ramaswamy very closely. He would call me and consult me on a number of things. Of course, he would also call Professor Ramohan Ram and say, consult with him, take care of it, like everybody. He would talk a lot with us and share some of his views. And then there was a political issue in Karnataka at the time. I mean, with the Karnataka government, especially the Chief Minister Devarajas.
Okay.
And those of you, if you go back and if you research in the Prajavani or the Deccan, especially Prajavani, there were issues which came out, and that resulted in hindering a lot of things.
Okay.
So therefore, and then within the faculty, there were, because we were still given to open discussion and opposing views. And so he thought that he wanted all the faculty to be with him. But unfortunately, in academic institution, that's not going to happen.
Exactly.
It did not happen then, it will not happen now. And so that is the nature of the beast. So then because of those things, and there was a resignation for some senior professor at the time, one professor, I won't name it, and that became another big point because he was from Karnataka and he was fired, and he went to the court and he went to the press, and that also precipitated a lot of things. So there's a lot of bad press for some time, and Ramaswamy had to fight a lot to get the press to work on towards to be more favorable to the institution. So those were some of the problems. And at that time, the one more thing that happened was you had mentioned about the staff agitation.
Right.
In the process of this, our institute, we started with that with the building at the 33 Langford Road, the Joseph's College building.
Right. And
then we started renting houses in the nearby areas for faculty housing, for student hostels, and then so on. So faculty, we recruited a lot of workers, temporary workers. They were called, I think, casual laborers at the time. I think casual labor. Essentially, you hire them and fire them. They are no.
Yeah.
Right. And the administrative officer, perhaps, he had the authority to do that. And he essentially, whatever Professor Ramaswamy said, he will do it. Yeah? And of course, he would give him private advice, what should be done, what should not be done. But so there were things, since this class 4, or they wanted, they represented that they need some facilities. What? Like, we are asked to do a night shift, guard the buildings, go around, and in winter time it's very cold. We need a overcoat.
Okay.
We need a good lathi. Okay. And we need a torch. Okay. We need. And the administrative officer would say no to these things.
Okay.
Anytime they went and asked him, no, you're on the casual level. If you don't want, you're gone. Okay.
Okay.
And like that, there were clerical things and other things. There were issues were coming up with the administration failed to listen to them and make. These are very simple things. How much does it cost?
Right.
We are spending thousands of rupees putting in the hostels and in the hotels and other things. So this became a very big thing, and so these small things gave rise to forming a union. And the union was, as usual, headed by some fiery talking individuals, and one of them was from the one of the faculty or the research fellow at the time, and then from outside, both of them from inside the institute, but outside people wanted to come and head the institute, but then they did not allow it anyway. So this union made representations, and the management would not change. They said, we will not. This is not the way we do it. In public sector, nobody is doing like something like that. And from the little industrial relations I knew at the time, or labor relations, that was not the way to do it. So I mean, we teach in the your PGP courses how to manage, and so given these small things became big, and agitation went, and then the bad press, and an incident happened during a board meeting where the union which was agitating outside the board room, which was just the quadrangle, they came and then they started banging the door, asked them, they wanted to come in and talk to the board, the secretary and whoever else. They started banging and we would not open the door, and then finally they broke the door and came inside. And then of course the CEO came, he called the police, either maybe the police, they came and they arrested some of them. Things went like that, it went on like that. And a formal union was formed, and then the union had a 70, I forget, 76 perhaps, we had a one meeting where we were meeting with the staff, director, myself, and we were the two. And then one more person, I guess. And we are listening to I said, let's listen to the grievances and see what we can do with them. There were heated arguments. And it went to a situation where they said, we are gearing you, we are not allowing you until, that's management. Professor Ramaswamy, myself, and the CEO, and maybe Keshamurthy, the engineer, and the couple of others, we will not allow you to go out of this until you settle something. It was a gear over. And we sat there from like 3 in the afternoon till about 10 in the night. And there was no communication with anybody outside. They were not allowed. But Professor Ramaswamy made some, actually CEO, maybe Ramaswamy or CEO, they made some effort to get somebody. The police came or some such thing. And by 10 o'clock, we reached an agreement. The gear was lifted by the union. And then, as a part of the agreement we reached that day, we said, well, we will get some of the amenities, but some of the amenities were not agreed upon. Whatever was agreed, they were done. And so these things could have been, in my view, I thought some of these things could have been done long ago, 6 months ago, 8 months ago, but we did not do that. So the failure of the management in many cases leads to all these things. And that's what we used to teach in our, I used to teach in the OBPs, the MDPs, our OBP, our organizational behavior, and we should practice that. And that's where it went. So the political issues between the institute and the government, and inside the formation of the union, and then not handling them properly, led to a number, perhaps maybe next 2-3 years it went on, and then slowly things changed.